Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, John Lee Penmore, and I just got back from Copperhead Road. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, kind of an odd, different type of video, because we're going to talk about a scene in a movie that a lot of you probably missed during the 80s or forgot about. Does anyone remember the Scott Baio classic, Zapped? Now, I'll be honest, back in the 80s, this used to come on HBO all the time, and I loved watching it. No, it's not because Heather Locklear was nude. That had nothing to do with it. Remember when you could see naked women in teenage movies? Oh, the good old days, the good old days. Phoebe Cates, Fast Times. Anyway, it wasn't even Heather Locklear. They used a body double. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. There's a scene in this movie, and honestly, I forgot all about it, but they take a Star Wars toy and merge it with a Star Trek toy. How is that even? How could you do that? Take two nerd cultures and put them together. The thing is, I saw this movie back in the 80s. If you don't know, Scott Baio has a power. He can levitate stuff with his mind, move stuff with, by just thinking about it. He's kind of like the Yoda of high school. And apparently he likes to give people pink eye. But I'm not here to tell you about Scott Baio and his pink eye. Now, I watched this growing up, and I like the movie. Now, I looked on Rotten Movie Database, and it has like a 4%.
You ugly spasm.
Now, I haven't seen it since the early 80s, so how it holds up now as an adult watching it, it's probably not good, but again, I haven't seen it in years.
Smile!
And this never really bugged me, but I remember talking to my friend back in the 90s, Russ. He'd always been a big Scott Baio fan. I remember he would go to school and have Scott Baio stuff all over his locker. Had a Scott Baio t-shirt. If there was anything Scott Baio, Russ had it. But I remember in the 90s, we talked about Zapped, and I was like, do you like that movie Zapped? And he's like, I liked it until that part in his bedroom when he makes the Star Trek Enterprise fly around his room. That's when, to Russ, it just broke reality. He couldn't take it anymore. He could accept that this teenage kid was in his 20s but looked like a teenager. He could affect all that this kid could levitate stuff by just using his hand and, doing that little wave thing like Baby Yoda does.
Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing.
Now, if you watch the scene, and we'll look at it in a minute, to the novice eye or the untrained nerd eye, it looks like I don't have it, but the Star Trek Enterprise, Starship Enterprise, is floating. He's using his mind to make it come out of like this. But I don't know how I didn't notice as a kid, but if you watch the scene, you'll see it's actually a Millennium Falcon, and it has the back part of the Enterprise attached to the Falcon. They turned the Falcon like this and attached the back of the Enterprise here. Isn't that crazy? And I guess it was I'm sure they could have found, they had half of the Enterprise. They could have just used it, but they probably got away with some loophole with copyright because it wasn't a Starship Enterprise and it wasn't a Falcon from Star Wars. So they had to pay any fees to use it. It's odd that I never noticed that. And my friend Russ, I forgot all about it again, so he reminded me of this a couple of days ago, and I said, man, I got to go look that up on YouTube. And, well, let's take a look. Here's a scene from the Scott Baio classic, Zapped, where he has a Falcon mixed with a Starship Enterprise.
Okay, Alvy. They've got you on their main view scanner, and they're coming in for a closer look. seem to be afraid of you.
Now, did you see Zapped as a kid? Do you remember that? Did you notice it? I really don't know how I didn't notice it back then, but maybe it takes place after the scene where we just saw a nude Hell Lucklier, and that was all that was on my 13-year-old mind at the time. Now let me pull this video up again so I can watch it with you, and we'll go back and watch it again. And I will say that I'm sorry if the sound is bad. My Yeti mic broke, so I'm using the basic mic that comes on my computer, so I hope to get that fixed soon. Sorry. Okay, there's Scott Baio laying in his bed. There we go. Oh, there it is. Let's pause it right there. What is this? That's what I was trying to figure out. Is it the diecast ship on an? Maybe I need Captain Foley to help me out here. It looked a little too big to be the diecast Falcon. This was 1982. That Falcon was probably not in stores. It might have been in stores still, but not much then, because they discontinued the diecast line in the 80s, 1980, right about the time Empire came out, so you didn't get much. And here it is. It looks too small to be the toy Falcon that comes with the figures, and it looks a little too big to be this one, but it could be just the camera angle or something. Yes, Scott, but there he goes. He goes through the fish tank. I remember that classic scene here. And you can really tell now looking at it that is a Falcon. Now that I look at it, did they take it apart? Is it the whole Falcon or just the... It looks like they may have taken the Falcon apart and just used this top piece. Put some kind of different bottom on it. Now they did put a light where the gun is supposed to be. I can see that. Here it comes out of the fish tank. And we get a bigger, closer look. Let me pause it and see. I can't make it out what it is. It's definitely a Falcon. There's a good shot of it right there. Look at that. Actually, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty smart plan to use the Falcon and the Enterprise together like that. Actually comes off pretty good.
Okay,
There's a
Albie.
little doggy. That's Scott Baio right there, saying something.
Coming in for a closer look.
Here it comes from the front. Looks like it did add some lights to it. Now he's going to go into a dream sequence here. But let's see. Here's another good look at it. Let me see. I can't tell what Falcon. Maybe they used one of the model kits. There were some model kits around this time of a Falcon, so he possibly could use that. Now it goes into like a fake. Now here goes the dog eating it. Let's see here. There we go. Dog's got it. Maybe it is the toy Falcon. Let me run that back here. That is a little bigger. Okay, it's definitely not the diecast Falcon. Tell that kind of by the way he's biting it, unless it's a little tiny dog. So it's definitely not that. Could it be the Kenner toy Falcon? It still seems a little too, like I said, it's too thin. Maybe you can guys give me a pointer.
What are you doing?
Maybe they took it apart and it's just the top shell. Oh, here's another shot of it. You can see, okay, now that Scott's touching, you can see it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Let's see. It is about the. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it is about the same size as the original Kenner Falcon here. Okay, so in the comments, let me know what you think. Is it the toy Falcon? Is it that one back there? You know, the Kenner one. It's not definitely this one. I can tell that now. It's not the diecast one as I first thought. Just. It doesn't look as thick to be the Kenner one. Like, again, maybe they just took the top shell off and made a different bottom for it or something. I don't know. But that's why I made this video, because I wanted you guys to tell me, what is it made out of? And if you know Star Trek toys around 1982 or 81, when they probably filmed this for 82 release, let me know what that Enterprise is. I don't know Star Trek toys that well to know what it was used. And again, they made both of these for the model kit. I'm not sure the size of the Falcon in that model kit. Captain Foley, if you're out there, I need your help. What is that Star Trek Enterprise from? Anyway, again, I don't know why I wanted to make this video. I didn't know how many people knew about this out there, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to do. Well, let me know in the comments below what you think. Did you notice this in the movie? Do you know what was used to make this ship? What two ships? Maybe I can make my own and have a Zapped prop over here. That'd be cool. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully my mic will get soon, or hopefully it's not that bad for you. And as always, please subscribe to the channel, click thumbs up so you like my content, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.